Hello and welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Motor Mike Media, and as always, I'm Motor Mike, and today we're talking about this. This is a 7th generation Buick Riviera, and they made these from 86 all the way to 93. This is an E-body coupe, and I really like these things. Now we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the pros and the cons if you want to purchase or own one of these vehicles. And we'll start with styling. A lot of people think the 7th generation is kind of plain. Back in the 80s and 90s, GM was trying to consolidate a lot of things, so a lot of vehicles underpin the E-body coupe. There's the Eldorado, which is the more luxurious version of this, and if you drove by real quickly, the front ends do look very similar. Now, the rear ends of these vehicles are completely different, and the interiors are unique to their own. But yes, these aren't the most stylish vehicles, but I like it. It's a simple design, but it's classy and elegant. But you guys can let me know in the comments below. What do you think about the styling of this vehicle? Is it good? Is it bad? Or is it just kind of whatever? But let's talk about some pros and cons real quick. All right, so under the hood of the 7th generation Buick Riviera, we have the 3800 engine, which is a big pro. This thing doesn't make the best power, about 170 horsepower, 220 pound-feet of torque, but this thing moves pretty adequately. It's not fast by any means. This is a pretty reliable engine, and with just a couple bucks and some time on a weekend, you can actually take a few things around this engine and make it even more reliable. So this is a good power plant. Now if you're looking for more power, go with the 8th generation Riviera. Now that has funky styling, I kind of dig it. That has the Series 2, which right from the get-go has more power, but you can also get a supercharged version of that. That is a sleeper car, guys. You can change the pulley out on that and stuff like that, and that would be a great car to have. But this power plant here, it's reliable, it moves the vehicle nicely, and it's something you really don't have to worry about. So looking at the Riviera from the side, I actually like the overall silhouette of the vehicle. Nice and simple. I like the chrome accents. This is supposed to be something that's a little bit more premium, and we'll talk about the interior in a little bit. We can tell this is a low vehicle. So one of the cons is getting in and out. Nowadays, everyone buys crossovers, trucks, and stuff like that for that nice egress. They can slide right in, or they just scoot up a little bit. When you open these doors, I like the chrome handles. It's a nice little feature. They're pretty heavy doors. They're relatively long. So when you want to get into this vehicle, you kind of have to fall in, closing the door. Once I'm in here, this is super comfortable, but getting in and out can be a problem if you're someone that's older, or if you don't want to deal with something like this. Maybe you have back issues, leg issues, and stuff like that. But overall, when you're sitting in this vehicle, you know why people bought these back in the day. Super luxurious seats. We'll talk more about it in a little bit. This is a nice, comfortable place to be. Now, when you come out, you can't really get out very gracefully, but going to the back, vinyl tops. This thing, that is a trend that kind of died in the early 2000s, late 90s. This has a corner piece top, which could be a pro or con depending on your personal opinion. From a styling point, I think it adds a little character to a relatively simple design, but vinyl tops have been known to have problems with rust. If water and something gets in between these seals and gets underneath, it can rust things away real quickly, so that's something you have to look about when you're buying a vehicle. But you can see in the rear end, everything slopes down. That was unique to the Riviera. The Eldorado, which is also an E-body coupe, that was straight off in the back with the horizontal Cadillac lights. Now, both designs are cool, they're both unique, but other than that, a lot of the body panels are very similar, although different, so that's why people get confused and say these are a plain generation styling. Other cool factor is the antenna. You turn the radio on and the antenna pops up. It's kind of a nice retro touch. So I just really want to quickly talk about these rims. Now, this generation doesn't really have the best looking rims. These were kind of like the premium option, and they kind of look plain in my book. Me personally, if you were to buy one of these, get some nice wire wheels. Even if you're on a budget and you decide to get some hubcaps and some steelies, I think that would look better and fit the vibe of this vehicle just a little bit better. But you guys can let me know. Do you like this rim or any of the other early Riviera rims? Let me know in the comments below. Now, back in the day, cars like this were the trend, a personal luxury vehicle, sedans, wagons, and even coupes. If you're someone that worked hard and was moving on up in your company, you bought something like this, you bought a Buick. Now, if you're running the company, you probably bought a Cadillac or probably an import. But these were a cool trend that happened in the end of the 70s, the 80s, and going into the 90s, having a nice model with nice luxurious features with a nice comfortable ride. The young kids, they went and bought those nice sports cars, hot hatchbacks and stuff like that. But the mature adults, they bought nice luxury vehicles like this. And I dig luxury coupes. We really don't have too many coupes here in America anymore, so this is kind of a special thing. Now, what I really like about this is it was designed for one thing only, luxury and comfort. When you drive this thing, it just floats along. The seats are super comfortable. The ride's super comfortable. This is designed for long road trips, and this will be a fun road trip vehicle for that reason. You're not going to get tired and exhausted. You just cruise along. Now, if you want to see driving impressions of this vehicle, I'll leave a link below for you guys. I made a whole review on this thing. It drives amazing. Is it sporty? Absolutely not. It's not very fast. It doesn't handle well like that. It's just meant for comfort and luxury. All right, walking up to the Buick Riviera. Like I said, let me know what you guys think of the styling. I do like how the grille says Riviera by Buick. I love having its own unique badge up front. Let's zoom in real quick. It's really cool. This is a cool luxury coupe. Nice body lines. I do like the chrome handle. Opening it up. The door card. This is actually a soft touch material, which is nice. The big handle, so when you jump down, you can easily close it. This one has a little bit of damage, but it is nice and soft. Tons of wood. Real metal controls, which felt really good back in the day. They still feel good today. These seats. These have held up so good, and these guys, these are so comfortable. This is like having a lazy boy. You sit in it, you just feel so nice. Now, this just has a regular floor mat, but if you guys look at this carpet is actually longer. I'll even show you in the door, and thicker than regular carpet. I believe Oldsmobile, Buick, and Cadillac had like the premium carpets, and it does show. This does have back seats. They are reserved for kids only. They are still very, very comfortable though. Visibility in this car. You have a little window here, so the rear seat passengers do have a little bit of light shining through, but closing the door real quick. Nice small pillars. Now I talked about that in my driving impressions. Like I said, it's down in the description below, but you have good visibility other than this little corner right here. But the back window you can see out of, it has nice defroster, which is always a cool option to have. But getting inside, just looking at that dash, everything's wood trimmed, it's facing you. Some of the switchgear is metal. Right here, you have all your HVAC controls, aftermarket radio here. You have little compartments and stuff like that. You can put your phone in here if you want. Oops. Close that back up. Automatic transmission. Like I said, these only came with a V6 engine. They only came with automatic. So if you want an enthusiast car, this is not for you. But the automatic transmission is pretty reliable. The V6 is really reliable. I like the glove box, how it's designed. Up here, this is actually a soft touch material, which is nice. Back here is even soft touch a little bit. The door panels are nice. I like the lighting, the little trim pieces. It does feel very luxurious. Compared to today, maybe not so much. But this side has the original floor mat, and you can see it's nice and plush carpet. I really dig it. It feels good on your feet. But I'm gonna show you guys this right here. This is really cool. All right, you guys can see the digital gauge cluster. Turning the vehicle on. It looks so cool. These Buicks were trying to push technology back in the day. I dig the way this thing looks. It works very well. 48,000 miles on this thing, guys. And this thing runs like it's brand new. And it's held up really well. Now, my uncle did some work on this particular vehicle. What are little problems? These trim pieces. A lot of the wood in here can start to peel and come off. Luckily, nothing is cracked, so you just easily glue it back on. If it is cracked, it might be hard to find replacements. The switchgear holds up well. A lot of the problem is just the wood trims in here. The headliner, this is a cheap replacement. You can see in the back where it's a little messed up still. But overall, the build quality for GM wasn't the best in the 90s. But if you got a Buick, you got an Oldsmobile, you got a Cadillac, they did step it up. There was better quality control. And overall, this is a nice place to be with comfortable seats, comfortable suspension. You just want to cruise all day long and look at that cool little hood ornament while you hit some American roads. All right, so the overview of these vehicles. If you're someone that's on a budget but only cares about luxury and comfort, this is a good way to go. These vehicles are just smooth riding. Pretty reliable power plant. If you spend a little bit of time, a little bit of money, you can make it a very reliable power plant. Now, there's not very many mods or things to customize a vehicle, so if you're looking for that, this isn't the vehicle for you. If you want something that's reliable, comfortable, and can get you from A to B in some decent luxury, this is a good bargain for you guys. You can pick these up for just a couple $1,000s. If you find one that's really nice, you might have to spend a little bit more money. Now, you have a 3800 engine, which is a V6. Is it the quickest? No, but it's reliable and gets pretty decent fuel economy. And with gas prices being the way they are, this is a good way to go. This is why my dad bought this. He went from a Lincoln coupe with a big old V8 that was sucking premium gas to a slightly fuel-sipping V6 that gets better fuel economy, needs regular gas, and front-wheel drive. So if you're worried about snowy conditions, front-wheel drive is usually better than rear-wheel drive. Now, obviously, tires are a big factor to that, but front-wheel drive does help having that weight up front. This is a good vehicle on a good budget. But that's all I have for you today. I thank you all for watching. And if you haven't already and you want to, please check out my channel. I keep trying to give you guys more and more content about cars, trucks, crossovers, and SUVs, combustion engines just like this, and EVs, a little bit of everything. But please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way guys can stay up to date with the latest and greatest from my channel. And as always, I truly appreciate you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.